You're the only person with that fingerprint. You're the only person that can do what God has put into you. This video on my Sony, and I don't want to turn on the lights because I don't want to take off my glasses and put my contacts on, so the video lighting might be a little off right now, but it's okay. I'm just going to be chit-chatting with you on my Daniel fast. So I am currently on the 21-day Daniel fast, but it's definitely completely modified for me. So I am not doing the Daniel fast. I am fasting, but I am not completely doing the Daniel fast. If you have any questions on the Daniel fast, you can leave them down below, because I have done a Daniel fast before. There are previous videos on my channel on the Daniel fast. But when you're pregnant or when you're going through things in your life and you still want to fast, there's definitely so many different ways you can do it. So many different ways that you can still create that time with you and God. So let's get started. Alright, so in my modification for my Daniel fast this time, I am really not modifying my food too much. I am saying no to certain things that I do want, but I'm not saying no to everything. I was going to do it with just like taking out meat out of my diet, but right now I really don't even want meat in general. So whenever I do want meat, I do take advantage of me eating the meat, because I need to make sure that I am eating the protein that my body needs for my baby. So with that being said, what I'm doing primarily is a social media fast. So I was on Facebook for a little bit because I was selling some stuff, but I wasn't scrolling through Facebook. I have caught myself and I'm like, oh girl, you need to turn this off. You know, you're not supposed to be on here. Secondly, what I'm not doing is Instagram at all. So with Instagram, I was giving myself the permission in the beginning of my fast to post content and just respond to the people that commented on my content. But that led me to not really being loyal to my fast. That led me to just really scrolling through my stuff without intention, and I would get sucked into it where I was just sitting there scrolling. And social media, I don't have it, and it doesn't personally affect me in a sense, but I know that it's a big distraction in my life. I don't get affected by the things that I see. I don't sit there and try to I don't need it to feed my ego. Like, I don't need to pose, but I do get affected by like sitting there just consuming. I'm a consumer. I need entertainment. Instead of me just sitting in silence, I need some form of entertainment where I should just have that moment with just being able to shut everything off and not have any form of entertainment at all. That's my biggest struggle. So it's been about a week and a half since I've been on my Daniel fast. I have, what's today? I end the 24th. Today is the 13th. I have 10 more days in my Daniel fast. And oh, I'm also not watching Netflix. I am a very avid watcher of Netflix. Like, I love just rewatching Grey's Anatomy. That's my biggest thing, rewatching Grey's Anatomy. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me yesterday too. I watch Grey's Anatomy so much. I just let it play in the background, and then I get sucked into watching it again, and it's a big distraction for me versus it helping me. You know, like, again, it's just something that I have to have a form of entertainment 24/7 versus just being able to just silence my soul. So what I've been implementing, and I haven't been perfect on, are those things. And again, I haven't been perfect on them. Like I said, I have to take the complete Instagram app off. I don't allow myself to even post on my stories anymore. That's one. Two, Facebook, the app is about to come off because I sold what I needed to sell. The dresses haven't sold yet, but I can repost them again after the fact. And then three, Netflix. I got sucked back into Netflix again last night. I was giving myself permission to put on Grey's Anatomy while I was cleaning, right? And I was like, oh, I can just play it. You know, I don't have to, I'm not gonna get sucked into it. And I'm just folding laundry and I just want to put Netflix on. And last night I ended up falling asleep watching Netflix and not doing a couple things that I wanted to finish on my list, which irked me when I woke up this morning because I'm like, I didn't need to be on Netflix. I could have used that last hour of my night to finish a couple things that I really wanted to do. So, no more Netflix. I am only allowing myself to watch Christian movies as a form of still receiving, and listening to sermons on YouTube as a form of receiving also, because I feel like there is a purpose within those things. But when it comes to flesh feeding things, I'm not doing it. Simply because I realize I also want to change. I realize, one, that it's just a big distraction for me. And two, I realized that when I go to bed watching, like last night I went to bed watching Grey's Anatomy. When I woke up this morning, my initial thoughts weren't leveled. They were just kind of in shambles. They allowed me to snooze. I've still been snoozing any other day of the week, but my snoozing has been done to a bare minimum because I'm more conscious of what's happening, and I am paying attention to my mornings a little bit more versus just doing things out of sluggishness. Does that make sense? I hope so. If you're wanting to get into the Daniel fast and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do fruits and vegetables, do other things that you know tempt you, you know? Do other things that you know distract your mind and your body and your soul. Like, Netflix and social media are two things that I sit there and I allow time to pass by. During this time of my Daniel fast, I have been receiving a lot. I've been consuming a lot of God, and I've been able to understand what God wants from me. And a lot of the messages that I keep getting from him is literally to continue. I wrote it down just so that I can make sure I share this with you guys. To continue, to go deeper, to finish, to be more consistent. I almost didn't post this video today. And to myself, I set that promise and I just don't want to break it anymore. I want to make sure that I am consistent and I am following what purpose God has put in me. So every day, a lot of the words and the things that he has been inputting in my heart has just been allowing me to grow, to become the woman that I'm supposed to become the mother and the wife that I am supposed to be. Because I told you guys in other videos, I am working so hard to be a conscious and just a more proactive individual, to be a better and the best mom that I can be. This is a note that I wrote a long time ago and it keeps like following me everywhere. I like almost threw it out and then I didn't, and then now everywhere I go into something, every single notebook I open, I kind of find it because I've just stuffed it around. But it says, you and only you is responsible about who you become. And I feel like in general, that's the message that God has been sharing with me. He's like, I put so much in you. I've given you so much. Now you need to do and follow my word, my commandments, follow my way of living to become the woman that I've put in you. And today in the message with my pastor, we are doing a service that is called Project Rehab. I'm going to link it down below, you guys. It's literally rehab for your mind, body, soul, like crazy. So I definitely highly recommend for you guys to listen to it. I'm going to link them down below. My pastor is thebomb.com. But today he had said something that just keeps sticking with me, and he talks about your fingerprint, and he says that you are the only person with that fingerprint. This is what God and why God created you for. You're the only person with that fingerprint. You're the only person that can do what God has put into you. Even though there's so many other people doing what you want to do, so many other people doing certain things, God still created you in a specific way for a specific purpose. So continuing on with your goals and everything that you want to achieve, it will be yours. So just go for it. Be consistent. Go deeper. Search deeper into your soul. Follow what you're supposed to be doing, and you will be where you belong. On my second day of fast, it was very tough for me because I was going through things in my household that were challenging me as a wife, and were just challenging me as a woman, right? And I don't want to go into detail because I'm just not ready to share all that fully with you guys. But when those challenges came about, lately I've been journaling my prayers, and that morning I just went into deep prayer and I was journaling my prayers. And let me tell you, that was the first time in, not first time ever, but a first time that literally I wrote something and I allowed God to continue to work in me so that I can receive the message that He was going to put inside me, or what He wanted me to learn from that experience, or what I was going through within those couple days. Because I was handling that particular situation or those things in my life a certain way, but they weren't God's way. So learning God's way in so many situations allow you to live a peaceful life, live an understanding life, live a life that you know exactly that no matter what's going to happen, you are confident and okay with the decisions, because God's plan is always the right plan. In this season of my life, I feel like God is like telling me and showing me that I need to release what keeps holding me back. You know, a lot of the things, and you know, and again, I seen it with the whole Netflix thing, you know, and I thought it was okay. And I'm like, oh, I accomplished so much this last week. Like, I can sit here and watch Netflix. It's not that I can't watch Netflix. It's not that I can't sit there and scroll through social media, but I need to do it. And especially not during these 21 days of fasting, because my purpose is to fully go deeper with God. So in those moments that I want that, I should just lean towards God so I can receive a little bit more. So that when I am not fasting and I want to watch Netflix or sit there and scroll on my phone, I still accomplish what I need to accomplish, because my mind is level-headed to what God expects from me. Man, I'm excited for these next couple weeks, so these next 10 days of my fast, so that I can just go deeper with God. I can understand what's holding me bondage of where I'm supposed to be and what's been keeping me still these last few weeks, or few years of my life, because I feel like I've been going through this one cycle and continuously doing this cycle, and I know that God wants me to break free from it. So I need to understand what's holding me here so that it doesn't hold me anymore. So God just gave me this image of like the door that one of my leaders gave me when I got baptized, and she just gave me a door, and in the back she wrote a message. But that's just a signal, like it just came to my mind because I feel like God just told me I have many more doors to open. So I need to continue to work, and I need to continue to seek Him so that I can continuously open those doors. passage. I'm going to end it by reading my devotional of the day for you guys. I feel like that'll be beneficial. So it's January 13th. And the title is God's Hands of Blessings. Every God's gift and every perfect gift is from above. James 1:17. In the midst of the Lord's Prayer are there familiar words. Give us this day our daily bread. Matthew 6:11. They remind us that we are dependent on God for everything. That He is the giver of blessings. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and comes from the Father of lights. James 1:17. Some people say, why should I pray for my daily bread? I can take care of my own needs. But listen, if it weren't for God's love and grace, you wouldn't have anything. We need to pray this prayer every day because we need to be reminded to trust God in everything. This prayer reminds us also that Jesus' words, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger. John 6:35. Thank God for all His gifts, especially Christ, and the greatest. Thank God for all His gifts, especially Christ, the greatest gift of all. Hope for today. There is freedom acknowledging that we are completely dependent upon God for our daily bread and breath. Today you can let go of the illusion of control and embrace the freedom of trusting in His provision. Isn't that awesome? Weren't we just talking about that a little bit? Letting go, releasing, and trusting in God for Him to give you everything you need in your life because He has everything figured out for you. Hello. I didn't even read that till right now. Let me just say that. I didn't have a chance to. This morning I woke up late because last night I was watching Netflix. And again, Daniel fast is not about being perfect. Make sure that you're working hard, being consistent. If you fall off, like I fell off, get right back up. Best believe I'm not watching Netflix tonight, but there is a show that I want to watch called God Friended Me. My mom was telling me about it and she said it was so good. It's about this atheist and his dad's like a priest or a pastor, and I don't know the full thing, but that's the next show that I want to watch that is God related. So if you're going through the Daniel fast, if you're doing a modification, comment down below. Let's do it together. Let's work together. Tell me your downfalls. Tell me your struggles. I remember the first time I did my Daniel fast, I had pizza like the third day. But I stopped and I kept going and I made it better. So if you're fasting and you messed up, keep going. You can make it better. God is not going to condemn you. You can make a better decision starting now. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys on my next video, which will be in a couple days. I've been trying to keep up with a schedule of 2 videos a week. This is why I'm making sure I stick with this consistency and this commitment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.